Hi guys, welcome back to Inside This Music Box. I'm Erin. Today I just thought I would reflect on my first term as a full-time music teacher. So this term I was just temporarily in full-time while we hired some other people, and so I'll be reverting back to point 6, which is the equivalent of 3 days a week, and I'll be filling the rest of my time doing relief or sub periods. I'm lucky that there's enough casual work to go around at my school that I don't need to try and find work elsewhere, and because I already know the kids, it's much nicer to get the surprise of what kids I already know are going to be in the class that I'm subbing on. So first and foremost, the thing that I loved most about being full-time was having so many of my own classes, so many new students to get to know, and building those relationships and bonds. This term I had about 170 students. Creating relationships with my students gives me so much life, it gives me so much energy. I'll be really sad to give away some of my classes now at the end of the term. I really wish I didn't have to. The second thing I really loved about being full-time was the consistency and structure. I loved that I had a very clear routine. I knew exactly what I was doing every day. There were no huge surprises, and so I really could get into a rhythm with it, and I knew what was coming up, and I knew exactly the kids who were going to be in my class every day and what they were like and what to expect. Obviously there are other nice things that come with being full-time, like pay and being paid for the periods you have off from class, whereas when you're doing substitute or relief teaching, you're just paid for the classes that you teach. With being full-time, there is a lot of stuff that is very hard about full-time teaching. It is a big workload, and I'm lucky that I love it so much, so it makes the work a lot easier. My main challenges were trying to stay on top of everything, had less time to plan lessons. I really enjoy spending a lot of time on creating lessons that I think are really engaging, and I just didn't have the same amount of time. When we had our school musical on, that was a lot of hours on top of everything, and whilst it was my favourite thing I've done at this school so far, I had such an amazing experience. I loved every minute of doing the musical. It was very hard to get up to go to school early the next morning when I'd gotten home late. I was a lot more tired at the end of the day with having all my own classes during the day, and last term I was able to still have the energy to cook dinner when I got home, and exercise, and keep my house relatively clean. However, that all fell to the wayside this term. I just didn't have the energy when I got home. I went and got takeaway and went out to dinner a lot more this term than I did last term, which is not great both financially and for my health. Another thing that also fell to the wayside, which was not ideal, was the reflection on the day. Last term I had a lot of time to make sure after each lesson I made sufficient notes to ensure I knew what happened in that lesson, where we're up to, and being full-time I forgot that half the time, and then I would go to the next period I had that class and I was like, ooh, did we get through that last time? There was a bit more thinking on my feet than I would have liked. Whilst I loved being full-time, it was a lot. It was hard, and I'm glad I can go back to point 6 of my own classes and find some better strategies to manage my time. I'm sure it's something that you just develop with time, but I would love to hear any suggestions from teachers in the comments about tips you have for improving work-life balance when you're full-time teaching. It's been really nice for me to reflect on this term, and whilst I'm really sad that I'm losing some of my classes, I look forward to what next term brings, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.